The report from Iron Mountain is a controversial yet thought-provoking document that surfaced in 1967, proposing that the American government's social and political institutions could maintain stability by fostering conflict rather than seeking peace. While the report presents itself as a fictional study commissioned by a think tank, its themes continue to spark debate over the methods through which governments, elites, and powerful entities might wield control over populations. This paper explores the connection between the ideas presented in the report from Iron Mountain and current socio-political phenomena, including social justice movements, diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI initiatives, climate change policy, medical mandates, space exploration, immigration policy, and the role of social media. Specifically, it examines how these elements might be used as instruments of socio-economic control. The report from Iron Mountain. A brief overview. The report from Iron Mountain was purportedly written by a secretive group of government experts tasked with analyzing how the U.S. could maintain societal stability in the absence of war. The report argued that war was a crucial element in the preservation of economic and political power. Without it, new mechanisms would need to be developed to replace the function of war in securing resources, sustaining economic growth, and maintaining social order. The report proposed several controversial alternatives, including the institutionalization of environmental crises, space exploration, and the control of resources and technology. The core thesis centered around the idea of using societal systems under the guise of benevolent initiatives as methods of control. Social justice and DEI instruments of social control. In recent years, movements for social justice and initiatives like diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, have become major social forces, especially in corporate and educational settings. On the surface, these movements seek to address systemic inequalities and foster a more inclusive society. However, critics have pointed out that these initiatives sometimes become tools of socioeconomic control. According to the report from Iron Mountain, social conflict and division are key to maintaining control. In this sense, social justice and DEI can be seen as potentially reinforcing divides within society by elevating identity-based politics. While aiming to eliminate inequalities, they may inadvertently fragment society along racial, gender, and other identity lines, creating a system of managed conflict. These efforts might serve to redirect public focus from broader socio-economic disparities, such as class divides, toward identity issues. The concept of equity in this context could be used as a way to redistribute resources, thereby maintaining the control of elites who benefit from a highly regulated, divided society. Climate change. A new resource for control? The urgency around climate change has led to the global implementation of environmental regulations and policies that promise to fight global warming. According to the report from Iron Mountain, the management of resources is an essential tool for societal control. Climate change and the policy responses to it can act as a powerful instrument of control, not only in terms of resource distribution, but also through surveillance and regulation of human behavior. Climate change initiatives have led to the creation of carbon markets, the implementation of green technologies, and the promotion of environmental governance. These systems create economic and regulatory levers that can potentially control industries, transportation, energy, and even individual behavior. By framing climate change as an existential threat, governments and organizations can justify extensive state intervention, surveillance, and regulation that might otherwise be unthinkable in a free society. Medical mandates. Health as control. Medical mandates, especially those brought to the forefront during the COVID-19 pandemic, present another example of how health can be used as an instrument of socio-economic control. Public health policies, such as lockdowns, vaccination mandates, and mask wearing, serve not only to protect public health, but also create societal control structures. According to the tenets of the report from Iron Mountain, control over health could be used to shape and define societal behavior. Through mandates, governments can exert direct influence on individuals' daily lives and economic activities, effectively managing labor markets and economic productivity. Medical mandates can also perpetuate inequality by disproportionately affecting certain populations, such as those in lower socioeconomic groups, which creates an opportunity for control through unequal enforcement and access. The space program, a new frontier for dominance? The space program, particularly the growing private sector space race, is another realm where socio-economic control can be exerted. In the context of the report from Iron Mountain, space exploration can be seen as a means of control by shifting attention and resources to otherworldly endeavors, potentially diverting public focus from terrestrial problems. The notion of space exploration as a solution to the Earth's problems, or as a new source of wealth and resources through mining asteroids, for example, could provide an elite group with unprecedented levels of control over access to new technologies, energy sources, and strategic resources. Additionally, space exploration can act as a form of technological dominance, where only a few powerful corporations and nations control the future of humanity's off-planet aspirations, further entrenching their economic and political power. Immigration, a managed flow of labor. Immigration, a subject of significant political debate, can be viewed through the lens of control as outlined in the report from Iron Mountain. Immigration policies influence the flow of labor into a country and can be used to manipulate the labor market, control social cohesion, and manage economic growth. By creating systems of border control, documentation, and citizenship, governments can determine who is allowed to enter, work, and contribute to the economy. Such regulation can reinforce class structures and create a constant underclass of immigrant workers who have limited access to resources, benefits, or full citizenship rights, ensuring a steady supply of cheap labor that benefits the elite. Furthermore, by controlling immigration, governments can manage demographic changes, ensuring that certain political or economic interests remain in power. Social media, surveillance, and influence. Social media platforms have become a central tool for both social interaction and economic control. The ability to collect massive amounts of data on users, coupled with algorithms that influence behavior and public opinion, gives corporations and governments unprecedented power. The report from Iron Mountain suggested that control over information and propaganda would be key to maintaining societal stability. And in the digital age, social media is an indispensable tool for this. Through social media, information can be curated, censored, or promoted to control narratives, influence political opinions, and shape social movements. Additionally, the pervasive nature of social media can allow for widespread surveillance, creating a society in which individuals are constantly monitored and subtly coerced into conforming to dominant ideologies. Conclusion. While the report from Iron Mountain may have been speculative and controversial when it was first published, its themes resonate with the socio-political landscape today. Movements like social justice and day policies addressing climate change, medical mandates, the space program, immigration laws, and the influence of social media can all be interpreted as modern mechanisms of socio-economic control. In some ways, these initiatives may serve to maintain stability through the management of conflict, resources, and behavior, aligning with the report's assertions that conflict in some form is necessary for the functioning of society. As we move further into the 21st century, it is crucial to critically examine how these societal shifts might be leveraged by those in power to shape the future of economic, political, and social systems.